travelers and immigrants to Redstone tinkering. Now, for this particular machine, I've mapped this thing out completely, but we're gonna need, as you can see on my hotbar, I have all the diamond tools, but for this build, we'll need some diamonds. So I have in mind, where'd it go? What? No, no. What's the switch? Don't pull this. Well, I don't care. Oh, super fancy. Very clever, Ghost. Very clever. Well, now that we have our diamonds, let us build. Alright, to start us off, we will be needing a double piston extender. Now, let us mark out what we need to do. First off, we'll come back a block here. This will be where the wall is. Put an obsidian piece right here. Or an unmovable block. Either will work. Essentially, this whole section here is useless. Well, I lied, except for about one of these. We will remove the correct one in just a mo. Fill all this in. Okay, now that we have that all settled, now we want to come back 2 blocks. Here, here. Now I always do this. Whoop. Want to put in a sticky piston facing this direction. Block these 2 blocks. Break those 2 blocks, sorry. Do not put that one there. This will work in any version so long as you have the pistons. Then you put an obsidian piece here. And let's block off the obsidian because, after all, this is flat. This is mainly good for tunnels, especially when you're trying to throw somebody off. Now, that would be the upper part. The lower part will be right here. And then block of your choice. Oop. There we go. Now let's get started. Now that these are in place, let's come around here. From right, it's about here. And break that block. Break these blocks. And I'll be showing you why in just a minute. Fill this in a little bit. Not there. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. Come on, fly. How professional of me. Trying to remember how all this went. Oh, no, you don't break that block. Exact measurements always escape me. Okay, that was completely uneven. Okay, I apologize for that. Put a block here. Come on. Put blocks here, because those shouldn't move. Now, we're going to set it up like this. And then, yeah, mirror it on this side. Yep, right there, right here, right here, right here. Next up, we're going to want a repeater. 2 ticks. Repeater, 2 ticks. These have to be repeaters. 2 ticks. 2 ticks. I believe this one could be 1 tick, but you can set it to 2 ticks if you want. And then you put redstone dust here. Mirror it on this side as well. Now essentially, all you need to do is just have an input coming into this block, which I rather fancy having a repeater coming into him. There we go. Now, because of the unmovable block in place right in front of here, this won't extend. Not at all. But instead, why if we do this, it will extend out. Then if we break it, yeah, there we go. There we go. That'll work perfectly. Now let's forget about this part right here. In fact, to fulfill some OCD, let's fill in some gaps. Now we want to do what hid the pistons like what I've shown over there. First off, we will need to go block up. Maybe a couple blocks up, I always forget. Now right about here, get 1 more block high, break those. Put pistons here, because when they extend down, did I put them 1 too high? Again, this has always been a problem with me whenever I build a redstone contraption of absolute wonder, is I often put them just a little too... No, I want stone. Stone is what I'm going to use for any block. You can use any block for it. Put a block, put piston there, put piston here. Now this has to be kind of exact, because that's just how redstone rolls. Go 2 up. Now I do have 2 ways to wire this top part up. One of them is a little bit easier than the other, but it kind of has a telltale, that's what I'm going for, telltale sign that there is something there. Unless if you cleverly disguise it, which oftentimes I'm not that good at doing. Or, well, to me, it just doesn't look right. And it's quite complicated, I'm not going to lie. And now, that's the top part. Now, if we watch, put that, there were tracks of those. Now, we just put blocks of our choice here. Preferably what your tunnel is made out of, because this is mainly going to be a tunnel hiding thingamajigger, in case you don't want anyone to know that there is a tunnel here. Now, really quickly, since this is incredibly simple, let's just wire this up. Same as we did on top. Comparator, comparator. Now, what's going on here, for those of you who have no idea how a comparator works, is that essentially with the torch here, let me put that back down, redstone goes up for about 15 ticks, or 15 blocks, each time getting weaker than the last. For instance, it goes 15, comes in here, turns into 15 again, but then it comes over 1 and turns into 14. That 14 comes into here, comes out 14, 13, and it goes around until there's no more signal, like as we see here. Very, very cool. Now, we will get back to that. Now, the main question is, how do we wire in there? Well, this will take me a little bit of going back and forth, so I will go ahead and skip all that and set up a little machine off to the side for me to reference as I build this thing and show you how it works. And here I have created this marvelous machine I have been able to build. It's actually quite simplistic, but it could be more compact, I'm not going to lie, but this is the smallest I've found to work. If you have found a smaller version of this, please let me know. Essentially, this is a delay. Pretty much, this comes on, this torch will turn on fast, but turns off really slow. Or I should say, turns off really fast, but comes on really slow. Like, let's watch. Okay, it's off right now. See that? That was quite the delay. For those of you who know Redstone already know what's happening, but for those of you who don't know, switch keeps these two off, or, you know, when I flip it, they turn on. Since this thing comes on first, comes along here, keeps this thing powered, so it doesn't interfere with the door at all. And then when I turn it off, these repeaters are keeping this block powered for a little bit longer. This is just enough time for the door to close and to open. And also, you need to move this one up a bit so that it's on equal level with this redstone dust here, or else you simply just don't have enough room underneath. Now, hooking it up. To be honest, you can do this any way you want. I'm not gonna lie. You can have some fancy schmancy, you know, very complicated trickery, well, so long as it's fast. Or you could just have something very simple, which is probably what I'm gonna do right here. I'll bring it back when I have this thing all hooked up for you. And here we are, the final product. Now, the wiring is mainly the same as what you've seen. All I've done was connect them up, which it's rather sloppy, I must admit. However, you can change this up however you want. All you have to do is make sure, I'll put torches. Okay, good. I'll put torches where you need to power. Make sure there's power coming in too. Either side of here will work. Those blocks, that block, and then the bottom pistons. see, how do I get in here? Yeah, I'll just break that. There we go. And then just in here somewhere. However, in here, there has to be about an 8-tick difference between you pushing the button and it activating. There. And that's your door. 8 ticks from here to the flick of the switch. However, on this one, I have a running off of this, so I just took a tick off. But it works all the same. Just watch. See that? Completely hidden. And then if I were to flip this switch again, and so it turns out that the torches I placed screwed it up a little bit. But I removed them, and now they work perfectly. Watch. And it is closed, just the way it should be. Let's add something up here. Now let's come around to the back because that's where I have the switch, lazily enough. There we go. With the torches removed, everything is okay. Just so long as you have, well, I guess you could say this block and this block here powered, it will work. And sorry, my throat has been rather clogged recently. Apologize for all the clearing my throats. And the doors are completely hidden. Now, this is actually sort of the larger, more hidden version. As you can see, it comes way back here. Now, let me show you something. All right, here's the door. Let me get rid of these signs. They're absolutely obsolete now. Okay, there's where the diamonds were. Now, let me move over there. Slightly different setup. You can tell by the glowstone. And if you can't tell, it's friggin' small. Okay, if you come over here, you have to go in quite a ways. But if you come over here, that is very short. Now let's break out the back here. Pretty much this last block, which this is about, the actual machine is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep. That's including the wall you're building off of. 6 blocks. That is rather small for something like this. And it's actually, that's all the wiring for turning on the door there. Because you see, glowstone, only if it has redstone on top of it, it'll only power the block directly below it. Here, I'll show you. See? Now that thing is just powering that one block there. Those blocks are just powering those. Of course, now you can see the pistons. But when I flip that switch again, let's see if I can race around there. Nope, not fast enough. And they're already hidden. It's remarkably fast for something that does what it does. The only indicator is that the pistons actually go off. And of course, it's visible the fact that there has to be glowstone up here. I've tried putting half slabs, but it doesn't seem to work. At least you can see the pistons up in the walls there. I should know, I've tried. Yeah, this is the machine for this. That's the machine for that. This one's far more compact. In fact, it used to be a little bit larger, and I'm kind of glad that I realized I had this. But now we've got the big one, which is 100% hidden. In fact, if we break open the back here, there is no indicator of anything in here, but just don't break the ceiling. But in here, it's absolutely hidden. Well, not quite hidden because of the glowstone. Unless you were to make a ring of glowstone in here, then that would be kind of obvious that there is something in here. Or you can have it be strategic lighting. Again, however you want to hide this, however you want to do this, it's all good with me. And I'm pretty sure you're seeing that and wondering just what the heck that is. This is the big one. This is the one I am very excited to show you. So let's go to the top. Ooh, presents! Do this one first. Okay, well, don't open until the big reveal. Oh, signed Redstone Tinkerer to Kingdom Cody. Oh, thank you, Redstone Tinkerer. That is fantastic. Let us see just how awesome, how much you really want to see what's beneath all this wool, and why there is grass up here. Is this some sort of farm, some sort of grass farm? Well, not a grass farm, but you know what I mean. Or at least I think you know what I mean. Maybe it's a type of mob farm, or the ultimate daylight detector that's even faster than the actual daylight detector. That'd be just stupid. The possibilities are endless. Maybe it's a roller coaster. Who knows? But I'm not going to show you. Not yet. This has been Redstone Tinkering, and I hope to see you the next time I do this. Farewell, travelers and immigrants.